Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time, just welcome in general. We're getting back to cosplay. Yay! And I believe at this time I've just put myself in an immense con crunch for CaptuCon, which will be in November, December, 4 months. 4 months I have to do 3 cosplays. Granted, this time they won't be as big, but I'm lying. They are going to be big. But it probably won't be that much detail from what I have planned. Granted, I always like to add detail at the end or while I'm in the process of doing stuff, so we'll see what happens. I'm starting back with Anastasia again, and I'm kind of starting from the bottom up. I realize that many of the time when I do when I do cosplays, I like to start from the bottom, which is like the skirts and things like that, and they go up towards the bodice. So we're gonna take a break from the bodice and start with the skirt, or the skirts, because technically it's like 2 skirts, but it's whatever. Anyways, we will be using, excuse me, we will be using this fabric for the skirt for Anastasia. This is based off of the Broadway where she wears like a red dress. As you can see, there are like blue little notes of blue motifs that are in there. We are going to cover that up by kind of like making like a diamond indent or a diamond impression, sewing that in by hand. But yeah, I realized also that I'm not good at explaining things as I thought I was. So most of my cosplay videos from now on will mostly be me just doing it, and maybe I'll chime in every now and then. But yeah, it'll mostly be kind of like not really a walkthrough, but kind of just like sew with me type of a video. But if you have any questions, again, you can always just put them down in the comments. But for right now, let's just get to sewing. I realized I forgot about daylight savings time, and I thought I had enough, I guess, light, sunlight, so that I wouldn't have to, record in my kitchen. But alas, here we are. Finished the skirt. It's right now pinned up. I didn't want it to be an A-line, but I also didn't want to be like fitted, because based off of the pictures, it didn't look fitted. But also, it didn't look too loose either. It looked like kind of like a sheath type fit for the dress. So that's what I was going for. I'm thinking about keeping the blue, maybe just to kind of like have that random pop of color. Thank you. Random pop of color of blue, and it's not showing up that much. I have to like look back and see, but I like it. I do like it because one, it's cotton, and during Catucon it's cold, so you want to bundle up as much as possible. Which is also why I thought about it. If anything, I'm gonna put sweatpants under this. I was never, when I first started cosplaying, I was never a person to put, sweatpants or tights under my cosplay, because I was like, if it's not as accurate as possible. But now I'm like, I don't care. I'd rather be warm. But anyways, this is what we have so far for Anastasia. I am going to hem the bottom, and then I'm going to start with the big one, which is basically going to be like the outer layer, the red dress, and I have to be prepared to make sure that I have enough fabric, or I have a construction, so that I can put a petticoat or built-in petticoat inside of it, because that is what it's going to require. But anyways, this is what we have. She's nice and warm, and yeah, come back. Well, I'm going to come back, but let's get started with the other one. Okay, so here's what we have so far for Anastasia. Both of the skirts are, well, this skirt is mostly done besides the design, and this skirt is also mostly done besides putting in the petticoat. Right now, it is very flat, in my opinion, and that is because it is supposed to have, technically, I believe it's like two petticoats, one like the one on the skirt and another one kind of like on top, like a tutu, half tutu situation. I have to go back to the pictures and see, but she is very long. I'm gonna hit my dog with a damn fabric. But it's not hemmed, so it is a little bit rough at the bottom. It's very long, but it is going to be a little bit shorter once I add in the petticoat. Technically, the petticoat isn't going to be that big. So we're going to see what happens as I try and maneuver this when I walk around the convention center. Like I said before, this is very comfortable, very walkable, so I don't have a problem. I actually like how well the inside skirt turned out. I also found, instead of like doing like darts or like little holes. I can't remember at the moment what they're called. For the blue parts, I actually found some gold beads that I may try and decorate around here on the blue part. Because while I like the blue part and I can't really see it as much, and it gives a little bit more texture, I realize it's really not going to fit with the whole overall color scheme of it because it's going to be red and gold. Like everything is going to be red and gold. So blue, and it's going to look a little bit weird. But yeah, this is what we have for right now. I was thinking about using some of the African fabric as like a head wrap, but then I realized that the original design, she's going to be wearing an afro. Not, well, my design, not the original design. The original design is something totally different. But yeah, this is what we have so far. So right now, what I have to do is, I think I start on the bodice, but we're probably not going to start on the bodice today. We're going to work on the skirt, or the bottom portion, basically the skirt for the opera dress for my other Anastasia cosplay. Give this one a break since I have gotten a little bit closer to where I want it to be. I was thinking about adding pockets to this, but I think I'll wait until I add on the petticoat to see, because I don't want them to be too poofy, or not too poofy, too deep, because this fabric does stretch. It has a very good stretch. It's a two-way stretch. Has a very good stretch. However, when it comes to stretchy fabric and pockets, it tends to weigh down. So I'm going to see what happens when I add on the petticoat or petticoats and see where to go from there. But she is fun to walk in. I can say that. If I were to ever make a dress, I will again, like a something like this, I would definitely make this and make it like really long, because she is fun to walk in. She's also very loud, but that's what happens when you have taffeta of any kind, whether it's stretch, non-stretch, whatever kind you can think of. I've always found that taffeta is like a really loud fabric. But yeah, on to the second Anastasia. So I kind of stopped last night, and because I didn't like the way that the pleating was turning out. So what I ended up doing was getting like another like scrap fabric. I got another piece of scrap fabric, and I'm going to like do the pleats that way. And I'm liking it so far. I did try it on, so I did have to add a couple more what are these, needles, pins to place where I want the pleats to, where I'm going to be pleating it at. Here is kind of like the zipper line that I have set up right now. And what I think I'm going to do is I am going to just continue the pleat around. And then once I figure that I like the pleat, I'm just going to cut down the middle, which is pretty straightforward because all I'm doing is basic hand sewing, like putting like little stitches where the pins are, so they don't move out of the pleat. And then I'm also going to steam it to make sure that they stay in place. But yeah, that's what we have so far for Anastasia. And then after that, we're going to get started with the bodices, which I'm not going to like. for these dresses, but once I add a little bit of sting to them and the petticoat to the red dress, these dresses will definitely come together. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.